Hi, I'm Ben from InterNACHI, and today we're doing a home inspection on this house right behind me. It's like a modern house, a log home house up in the mountains, and it's relatively new. And what we're going to do is take a look at all the systems and components according to the Home Inspection Standards of Practice written by InterNACHI, and I'll go over a checklist, and I'll use my phone to use the software that InterNACHI provides to all certified home inspectors. And what I like to do first is step back at a house before I go into any system and get a good idea of what the surrounding area is like. So let's take a look around the house and see what's going on at this home inspection. So let's walk down the side of the home and go to the other side of the house. And it looks like there's some construction going on. And it looks like this is the back side of the home, and they're doing some construction with the road. So I'll put that in the report, but it's a fairly obvious thing, even though it's something obvious. And if my client was with me, we would both be looking at it and commenting on it. I'm going to put it in my inspection report anyways, because our memories are not that great. And after a while, maybe a month or two, maybe even longer, things change. Or maybe even the next day, some things change. Maybe this road will be all paved. Not sure. My job as a home inspector is to document the condition of the home and the surrounding areas, like the street and the sidewalk, on the day of the home inspection. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to document it with my phone, taking pictures and video and text using my inspection checklist. InterNACHI provides a free checklist that helps home inspectors perform home inspections on homes, and it's a free checklist. It's online. Any certified inspector through InterNACHI has access to this checklist. It's very basic. I wouldn't use it for a client actually, but it is in direct relationship to the standards of practice. So you'll go through the checklist and you'll find yourself walking through the standards of practice. So that's what I'm going to use on this inspection. So I'll show you the checklist on my phone as we go through the house and check things off as we inspect them using InterNACHI's inspection checklist. And as I move around the house, I'm also going to use my phone and take a lot of digital pictures. On this home, I'll probably take 200, 300 digital pictures. I'll provide all of them to my client and video to my client with the inspection report, because my inspection report will be cloud-based, so I'll be able to upload pictures and video for my clients. My clients love videos. And if a picture is worth 1,000 words, what's a video worth? And it looks like I have an inspection restriction. There's a fence there, so I can't get around this way. I like to go around the house counterclockwise. So I've got a door back here, an entryway. Looks like a little safety issue with the sidewalk and the steps. And I'll take a look at the roof next. So on the side of the home, I'm just using my eyes. Using a ladder is not required by the standards of practice. Getting up on any roof surface is not required according to the standards of practice. But using my eyes, taking a look from the ground level, it looks in good shape. But let's take a look on the other side of the house. So I can't really see anything from this side of the house either. How about the side yard? So on this side of the house, I can see a large portion of the roof from the ground level. It's very easy. And I don't see any problems with the shingles. I'm looking for obvious things like cracked shingles, missing shingles, flashing problems, things like that. All right, let's take a look at the roof using my drone. So I'm flying my little mini drone. There it is. And there's the InterNACHI symbol on my truck. Do a little pullback. So there's the house. And I'll speed up the video of the drone a little bit. It's shooting 4K video, 4K photos. It was under $500 for the drone. You have to get licensed by the FAA. So you have to take your license. We have some training to prepare you to take the license, free and online, for InterNACHI members. And the roof from the drone shot is fantastic. I like to go back and forth on all of the planes, go down the ridge. If there's something projecting out, I like to zoom in and follow it. So I'm taking a look at this area here. It's kind of a critical area for me. There's the porch, and then the other one. And we saw the kickouts before. I don't see any shingle problems. I don't see any flashing problems. I'm also taking a look at the trim boards, like the rake board and the ridge vents. So I know there's soffit vents and there's a ridge vent there, and there's a couple penetrations, 3 pipes coming through the roof. There's a vent in and a vent out for the HVAC system, high efficiency system. And I'm not the best pilot, right? We're all getting better, but that looks really good. Exhaust and inlet, and the plumbing stack. And then there's the valley, that looks really good, and the shingles themselves look really good. So I don't have to risk my life getting up on the roof. It's not required by the standards of practice to walk upon any roof surface, and I'm not going to. So if I can do it in the safe way, I will. And then I like to land where I think is best. There I am there. Hello. And I'm gonna try to land on my truck. Just getting better and better using my equipment, including my drone, every day. And there we go, and I get to land. And it's common practice up in the mountains to not have gutters. It's funny about code in some areas. Gutters may be required, for sure. It's fairly common in the United States and North America to have gutters, but in certain situations, gutters are not required, like this house. Now, because there aren't any gutters, I'm gonna take a look around the surrounding areas and the grading. And where I see a hard surface, we want a nice slope to grade away, to drain away, to divert away that water that falls off this roof without any gutter catching it. And it's causing these cosmetic stains. I wouldn't worry too much about it. And it should drain away from the house. So I'm gonna take a look around the house, make sure the drainage around the house is sloped properly away, down 6 inches in the first 10 feet. So in the front of the house, I see neutral grading, and I'm on a driveway. And in front of the driveway, there's a lot of gravel. In front of the house, there's a lot of gravel. And it looks like the street is above us. The dirt street there is above us. So I'm concerned about water coming down past my vehicle, down towards the garage and into the garage. It probably doesn't, because it's a porous material. It's all gravel, you could hear it. And also on the side of the house, you can see no gutters. Rain falls, you can imagine what happens. Hundreds of gallons of water per rainfall falls right here, and what happens? Not sure. There isn't a swale, and actually it's fairly level. The neighbor's yard has grass there, and there's some missing grass, and you can see it puddles up. I don't want water coming towards the house. And on the street side, on the back side, we know that it's graded away. So I'm going to take a look on the inside of the house, make sure that there aren't any water intrusion problems. Missing gutters, hundreds of gallons of water. In this climate, in this area, mountain house will have a lot of snow melt, a lot of rainfall in the season, and we don't want water puddling up against the house foundation. So the next thing to inspect is the exterior wall covering materials, the siding, and then the soffit and fascia, and then a representative number of windows. So I'll be inspecting different systems and components as I go around the house. So as I inspect the exterior siding materials, I'll also be taking a look at the windows and the doors and the steps and the sidewalks and things like that. Because a house is a system of interdependent parts, and one part may affect other parts. And so when you're inspecting a house, you may have to inspect many systems all at the same time. That's why the checklist is really important so that you don't forget anything. Okay, so I'm looking at the exterior siding materials, and I can see it's been stained. It's wood, but some of the staining is a little thin in some areas. Not a real big deal. And then I can see we have an exhaust for a fireplace, a gas fireplace, probably inside. Take a look at maybe in the living room or bedroom. And over here is the fence, and it's shared with the neighbor. I'll put that in the report. Got to be friends with your neighbors when you share a fence. And this is an inspection restriction going this way to the street being constructed. Looks like there is a future air conditioner unit going to be installed here. Here's the disconnect and conduit, and it's attached. So let's see here. Yep, 50 amp GFCI protection. So maybe it's something else, not an air conditioner unit, but maybe a sauna or a hot tub. So I'm taking a look at the siding now. The clearance from the bottom of the siding feels like that's the concrete foundation there. And there's a couple inches. So that's good. I'm really concerned about how flat this seems to be, this surface area, without any gutters. And there's the front door area. I'll take a look at all exterior doors. You're required to inspect all exterior doors and a representative number of windows. And I'll test the GFCI. This is a cosmetic item, but always ring the doorbell for my client. The windows on the outside, aluminum with wooden siding and the trim, and I can see the kick-out flashing installed. So I'm inspecting different components of different systems all at the same time, but I'll go back and go through the checklist and make sure that I've documented everything. Here's the exterior door, exterior side of the garage door, the auto door. I'll take a look at that. InterNACHI has an inspection checklist to inspect automatic garage door openers. There's public gas supplied to the house, natural gas, underground pipe. Grounding, bonding is always important. There's the shutoff valve and the meter itself. Phone and cable, underground electric conduit coming up into the main disconnect. There it is there, 125 amps. I can take a shot of this information here, and there's the meter above with a key lock. Exhaust vent above the meter, but right here looks like we've got a dryer exhaust with a lot of lint in it, and that's a fire hazard. Another exhaust hood, and we're at the front here with a water faucet, frost-free hose bib, the running water, an electric receptacle, GFCI. I'll test that. And again, unfinished work at the front step, and some minor paint at the exterior door here. This door is not 3 feet wide. It's not the main egress door. You need one egress door that meets building code. Some minor paint here at the window, small window here. This is kind of like the back of the house. And again, some minor paint here. I'm gonna put this in the report. Cosmetic issue. Well, that's a run around the exterior of the house. Not much wrong. That's good. But a few things to document. Okay, so I'll show you the checklist and the exterior part and the roof part of the checklist, and then we'll continue. All right, so here's the checklist. I'm using my phone.
basic checklist. Exterior wall coverings, no defects. Eaves, soffit fascia, no defects. Representative number of windows, no defects. I got a cosmetic defect. And you can type this in, or you can use your voice. Weathered paint. So there we go. All exterior doors, cosmetic defect. And I can use my voice or type. And I've got rear exterior door step under construction, weathered paint. Weathered paint. There we go. Flashing and trim, no defects. No defects observed at the stairs. Stoops. No defects. Railings or guards. Vegetation, surface drainage. No defects. However, I've got this comment. I'm concerned about the hard surfaces around the house, at the front, near the driveway, and on the side of the house where there are no gutters and there's a lot of rain. And we want to monitor how the hard surfaces divert water away from the house. Exterior wall covering, wood. Did you observe any spacing defects? No. Okay, so next is the roof. No defects, no gutters, right? They're not present. Well, they're no defects, but they're not even there. So I want to make sure. No defects, no gutters, really. No downspouts, not present. Flashing, good. Structure of the roof, no defects observed. Describe the roof covering materials, asphalt shingles. Any active leaks? No. And now I'm in the garage, and the electrical panel is, I'll move the ladder to get the door open. And there we are. Nice electrical panel, Siemens, the label is there, and all the breakers are labeled. There's 15 amp, there's the range. I have an electric range, electric dryer, electric hot water tank. I have a house fan. And I've got AFCIs all over the place. Got the microwave, there's the kitchen, bedrooms, living room, dishwasher, kitchen, refrigerator, kitchen disposal, all AFCIs, dark blue and light blue test breakers. So electrical, service drop, not present. Overhead, not present. Gooseneck, not present. Service, no defects. Meter base, no defects. SCR, no defects. Main disconnect, no defects. Panel board, no defects. Service grounding and bonding, no defects. Switches and receptacles, no defects. GFCIs, AFCIs, no defects. Smoke carbon monoxide detectors. Describe the amperage if rated. So it's 125 amps outside. We saw the main disconnect outside. Type of wiring, everything's all covered up. I don't have any unfinished rooms or areas. So I don't have any problems. Any presence of aluminum? No. Did everything test well? GFCIs and AFCIs, any plate covers? Yes. I've got a garage GFCI plate missing. Any absence of smoke detectors? No. And here's the other closet here. And inside the closet is a mystery. It's the HVAC system and the hot water tank. So electric hot water tank. We saw the breaker at the electrical panel for the electric hot water tank. Let's shed some light here. So nice, clean installation, all accessible. I see a gas line, CSST, possibly. We're in a garage and we're not 18 inches above the floor here. A little concerned about the furnace ignition system. I know it's a closed system, high efficiency system, but I'm gonna take a look. I'm gonna reference the code. I'm gonna take a look at it maybe later. Expansion tank. And I'm gonna see about the low height of the utility room. The doors were not airtight. So I'll take a look at that. Got to know code in order to do home inspections. You got to know a little bit about standards and codes. There's the water source there, frost-free hose bib coming from the main line by the expansion tank above the hot water tank. Well, it's not a hot water tank, it's a water heater tank, right? There's the main water shutoff valve. We've got a leak there. We got a corrosion leak. The corrosion has sealed off the water leak. Cold water in, hot water coming out. Yep, electric line, conduit, nice. Don't need to open up anything. There's the hot water tank, TPR, discharge valve, discharging down into the drain. It's not conspicuous. I would really like to see it, but that's okay. I'm not a code inspector, I'm a home inspector, at least they have one. The drain is not leaking, electric heating elements. There's the manufacturing label, the energy guide, other contractor QR codes and other information, the main label with the capacity in gallons. It's 50 gallons right there, so I'll put that in the inspection report. 50 gallons is good size. Now, the HVAC system is gas fired. We saw a gas meter on the outside, main shutoff valve there, and CCST. This is black, and it's a ICC ES PMG 1052 for underground and slab burial, and the black jacket signifies a protective jacket design. And the black jacketed CSST is referred to as arc resistance CSST. So that's all good. There's the electric supply going to the furnace. There's the disconnect main switch. I thought it was the light, but it's not. And it's a high efficiency heating system. It's a down draft. It's blowing into the crawl space. This is the air filter right there. If you open up the cover, you get to see, got some nice air filters there, V-shape. It's kind of like the air conditioner location if there was an air coil there. So you've got two good filters, but they're dirty. They need to be cleaned out, replaced actually. And you've got two arrows, one with airflow and one with a wash. If you wanted to wash them or replace them, if you wanted to wash them, you got to direct them into a sink or something in the right direction. And then the duct seams are sealed, air sealed with a mastic. That's fantastic. And there's the separation manuals right there. It's high efficiency, so you've got air coming in, exhaust going out, PVC exhaust pipes, and that goes all the way up through the roof. Remember, we saw that with the drone shot of the roof. And so there's condensate being created, and it's leaking into the pan. So we've got good thing we got a bucket, because it's leaking. I don't know what's going on with the discharge. That looks like it's working, maybe it's not. So we've got a problem there. So we have condensate leak at the high efficiency gas furnace, right in the garage utility room, which also has a concern with the doors. Thermostat is in the living room, nice electronic one. And the heating checklist. No major defects observed, no material defects. Thermostat is in the living room. And energy source, we know it's natural gas. So we'll just type that in. Heating method, the ductwork goes in the crawl space. There's no access to the crawl space, so I can't see the crawl space foundation. I can't see the ductwork. There are a lot of inspection restrictions. We're concerned about the water going into the crawl space, right? So that's a problem. There's no air conditioning. There's no central cooling system. So it's the same thermostat as the heating system, but there's no air conditioner unit. Remember on the side we saw the disconnect. It's not for an air conditioner. Could be, but it's not installed. So I'm not sure. Any defects? Nothing, no problems there. This is the garage again. Spend a lot of time in the garage and get a look around to see what's going on. Make sure there's a fire door. There's the auto door and there's the automatic garage door opener. If you wanted to know the 10 steps to inspecting an automatic garage door opener, we have it at that URL. We've got a lot of home inspection checklists. So there's 10 major things to check at the garage door opener. This garage door it's the largest moving object in a house. So there are some safety features installed and some devices, and it's a good thing to know the 10 steps to check it, like that cord there to disconnect the main door from the operation of the motor itself. There's the laser eyes. Test it with my hand there. Just like expected. And then we test it again. I'll reach over and hit the garage door opener, and then I'll use my boot to break the laser eye, and that safety device works. That's an easy test for a home inspector to do. Now, over here, I see that the foundation is exposed, and it's about that tall, and it's about that tall all the way around. It's not sloped. This floor doesn't seem like it's sloped, so water goes out the door. And we have a firewall breach. Can't have an opening in the garage. That can't be there. And then we have a high step at the garage door. Now this garage door must be self-latching and equipped with a self-closing device or automatic closing device. There's the 20-minute fire door. It's rated. Latching also helps with air pressurization issues. So refer to the International Residential Code. The door must close, must be self-closing or automatic closing device, and self-latching and fire rated. So we've got a problem there. So the garage door opener works. Got a refrigerator, and it's plugged into a GFCI. So if you test that, you gotta reset it before you leave the home inspection. Make sure you don't ruin someone's refrigeration. Let's go in the attic. So we've got fiberglass insulation in the attic. And again, there's a firewall breach, fire hazard. Can't have a hole. In the attic insulation itself is 12 inches thick. It's truss built roof, well ventilated. It all looks really good. But the garage must be separated from other areas of the house. So it has to be a firewall installed on the garage side. But again, the insulation is really good. I don't see any problems with the insulation or ventilation or the structure. So here's the checklist: ventilation, no defects, mechanical exhaust systems. Well, I did that already, but we've got I'll use my voice, loose covering in the master bathroom fan, and I'll show you that later. It's not who's covering, it's loose covering. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Type of insulation, fiberglass. There we go. Approximate average depth, 12 inches. No missing insulation, so that's good. Kitchen. There's the electric stove. Remember the breaker in the panel, electric stove and oven, and we got a sink and a dishwasher and a refrigerator and a microwave. Well, just turn everything on and everything off. If you're gonna turn on the oven, gotta make sure you know how to turn it off too. Don't let the oven run. So there's the stove, and I've got a problem with one of the front left. Doesn't work. That's a defect. Need an appliance technician to fix that. So turn everything off. And the oven and the broiler works. That's good. And the microwave, you can put in a cup of water and heat up some water there. GFCIs,
They all test. All receptacles on all counters, even the island, has to be GFCI protected. And dishwasher, I like to run a short cycle at the dishwasher, see if it works, see if it leaks. Hot and cold water at the sink. And if the sink looks good, there's garbage disposal. So I'll take a look at that, look for leaks at the pipe and the hose and electric lines and everything like that. And the island has to be secured. Bathrooms. Do all the bathrooms just about the same. This is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. Run hot and cold water at the fixtures. Flush the toilet a couple times. Tub and shower and make sure there's functional flow at the shower head. GFCIs in the bathroom. And look for plumbing leaks at the pipe and the valves. And make sure that the toilet doesn't move on the floor. Use the side of my leg. And then hot and cold water at the tub. Make sure it drains and the walls look good and secure and sealed. Nothing loose at the pipes. And the bath fan exhausts. We saw the hoods on the outside. The door opens and closes and the floor looks good. And sometimes I like to open a floor vent just to see. Not that one. And that's loose. Towel rack. Bedrooms. Take a look around at the surfaces and the walls and the ceilings. Smoke detectors in every bedroom and hallway, every floor. This is a 1-level house. Representative number of doors and windows that register under that blanket. Can't get to every window and open and close them. Inspection restrictions. Test wall receptacles, representative number with my tester that's properly wired. Windows that I can open and close, I will. And I'll lock it if I can. Yep, that works. I won't test the USB chargers. They're becoming popular. And the second bathroom. So this is the master bathroom. We'll do the same procedure, hot and cold water. Flush the toilet a couple times, make sure it's secured to the floor. Look for leaks at the valve and at the fixture itself, how it's secured. Turn on the tub, hot and cold water, drain, shower, functional flow. The shower surround and the tiles look all good. Flush the toilet a couple times. Look for plumbing leaks at the sink, at the pipe, and at the valves, and at the cabinet. Test the GFCI. There's a tester here. That works. There's a register. Pull that up. Nothing unusual. The door closes. Look for water leaks at the corner where the tub meets the floor. The tub surround, the tiles, the sealant. That all looks good. The grout. No defects observed. Functional flow, hot and cold water. Turn the water off. The window does not open, so we have an exhaust fan and there's that loose hood at the master bathroom exhaust fan. And it all looks good. And the grass was just cut. So I'm looking for anomalies on the interior. The interior goes pretty quick, just a couple minutes. Looking for major problems at the ceilings or the doors or the windows, receptacles, and the floors. Remember, there was no central cooling, and I found a fan control in the hallway. Inspection restriction, I can't get on the other side of that fan, but that's okay. I can see it from here. It's functional. Cools off the house in that way. And we've got a slider door. That's nice. By the kitchen, extra storage. And also, this is the laundry area. So opening up the slider door all the way, and oh, careful what you do. Somebody left a plug in there, and it's kind of like in the way of the door itself. It kind of bumps in there. So if you leave that plugged in, you're gonna crack something. So I'll just leave it just like that. That's enough room. There's no water catch pan underneath the clothes washer. I like to see a water catch pan. And there's the dryer. We know it's electric from the electrical panel, and washer's plugged in, and it's a GFCI. Every receptacle in the laundry room has to be GFCI protected. I get to see the discharge pipe there, hot and cold water supply lines. Remember, we have a fire hazard at the dryer, exhaust, hood, and we've got an electric plug. So we need someone to clean that dryer exhaust. No defects here at the ceilings, but we have a fire hazard at the lint. We can't have a screen at the hood. So let's close this door. This is kind of a cool feature. Make sure you put everything back where it was. And I've got a control for the fan in the cathedral room. So the cathedral ceiling has a fan, and the moose is there to tell us where the fireplace is. There's the fireplace. We saw the exhaust on the outside. That's secured, looks really good. Mantle and the stonework. I can't get the fireplace to turn on. I don't have any controls, no remote was found. I can't open this panel here. I can't open, I feel that the pilot light is on, but this won't open. So I can't find a switch, can't find anything to turn on. So this is an inspection restriction. There's usually a switch or a remote control or something on the side of the unit, side of the fireplace, but nope, can't find it. I know it's on, feel a pilot light. The interior of the cathedral room looks good. No major defects. Smoke detector lights are on. The flooring looks great. I don't find any problems. Inspection restriction, there's stuff all over the place. So I like to take pictures of the inspection restrictions. And if I can reach a window, I will. I'll open and close it, and I'll lock it. Same thing with the interior side of the egress door. We saw it on the exterior when we were doing the exterior system. And now this is the interior, looks good. Then I pull up my infrared camera, and I'm just looking for anomalies with my infrared camera. I like to see things that other inspectors can't see, but you gotta get trained and certified, and that's at nachi.org/IR. So obviously the stove is hot except for that one burner, kind of confirms it. And there's the fireplace, kind of confirms that something's on, the pilot light is on, but I can't get it to kick on as a system. So that's an inspection restriction. That'll be in my inspection report. My infrared camera helps me see things that are hot or cool. And the moose doesn't look very hot, but it's kind of cool. Looking for anomalies in the interior, the walls, the ceilings, the windows, the flooring. I don't see any water intrusion problems like we thought of when we were outside with no gutters. Light's hot, so it's a smoke detector. Interior, no anomalies. Again, looks good. Just looking around. Sometimes I'll give my client the infrared camera to look around. Garage door opener is warm. It's hot outside. Nothing going on with the garage door itself, but the attic access is on fire. There's no insulation there, and it's a fire hazard anyways. So that was the home inspection. Hope you enjoyed it. Every home and building should be inspected every year by a certified professional inspector. And I'm Ben Gromicko, and I'm an InterNACHI certified professional inspector from InterNACHI, the International Association of Certified Home Inspectors. And I'll see you on the next home inspection.